My friends, hello and welcome to Noob Law, Tales from the Noobnet, where we talk about and look at crazy times that some noobs have achieved. And today, we're looking at an epic story of somebody's tale about perseverance, about overcoming, about achieving one's goals, and about one man's quest to tie the most tied world record in GoldenEye. So, first, let's take a look at the level with which we're framing today's discussion. We're having a look at Runway, and Runway is the third level of the game. So, quite simply, there's two objectives. We need to find the ignition key and escape in the plane. And for those of you who are familiar with the movie, you'll know that this is where Bond famously rides a motorbike off the end of the runway and somehow overcomes the laws of physics to be able to dive into a plane that is already off the end of the runway without a pilot. So let's see. The runway is the obvious escape route. And grace under pressure, as always, James. So, we'll just do a gentle playthrough level to see how the level would work. A nice overview of the facility that we have just escaped from, where Trevelyan has died. We have here to our left a little box of grenades, and we need to escape. There's a guard shooting in the back, like the most lethal that we are. Scary looking guards there. And that looks like a key. Now we need to get out to the plane. Here's the 21, boys. Right. That looks like a plane. These things are going to blow me up, but it doesn't matter. Oh, a boost! Boosts, as we'll find out. Who boosts? I saved about 0.6 of a second now. Boosts are known to save about 0.3 of a second. And Runway Agent 46. And as you can see, the target time here, probably the most generous cheat in the game. Thank you, that's a fresh PB on that file, as you saw, a best time of 46 seconds. So, that's our goal. Now, going back through history, the time taken would be much faster than 46. The famous Wouter Janssen, depending on if you prefer the goose or the Jobst pronunciation, would untie 24. And then later, that would be March 1999. Later, Stephen Juarez would untie with 23. And then the inimitable Brian Bosshart would get this run in March 2004. So he's picked up the grenades. He's throwing a grenade to get a boost. It's a nice boost out of the... Throws grenades up into the air, and 3 of them there to blow himself up and push himself along. That's 3 boosts plus an extra 2, a nice little guard boost there into the plane. And that is Runway completed in 22 seconds. A world record that would stand untied for some time. In fact, 2004 would come and go, 2005 would come and go, and more than 2 years later, it would finally be tied by Mouser. Now, because this is a law, we're going to watch this. Oh, classic off CRT. Why we're watching this, I don't know. It's a law episode, so we watch a goose run, apparently. That's what happens. Wonderful classic music. And into the plane. 422. So, moving forward, what else happened in this level? It's relatively untied. But not untied, let me rephrase. It is not a common record amongst people. There's a handful of people that have taken it. And then coming along through 2010, 2.x is found to save about 0.3 of a second. It's about as good as another boost. And that is what makes it capable for many mortals to be able to attempt this level. So that you save 0.3 of a second by starting the level in full speed. So the extra 0.3 of a time save has made 22 much easier to achieve, and it becomes mega tied. There are quite literally almost 100 people that have it, and then that makes 23 a pointless time. So 23, which was the world record back in 2001, was no longer worth points. The only way to achieve points on this level was to obtain the world record. So, moving along through Elite history. Wally, I'm guessing that might be you, my friend. I don't actually know who made 23 pointless, but I'm guessing with that comment, it is probably you. Going through December 2017 through September 2018, Carl Jobst goes on an absolute rampage. And there is 4 common world records between noobs. There's Dam 53, which is the first level in the game. There is Bunker 1, 17. There is Archives, 16. And there is Runway, 22. They are commonly referred to as the Boring 4. Carl Jobst goes on a rampage and absolutely obliterates 3 of those records. So, Dam 52 is now a thing. Archives Agent 15 is now a thing. And Bunker 1, 16 is now a thing. Meaning that the only noob capable world record, or the only record that is within grasp of a noob, is Runway 22. So, by this point, we're now into 2018, and who should join the elite? EC, Hot Colden, and myself. So, what are us noobs going to do? We're going to try and get our world record. So how would we do that? Well, we can start out with our next run here, which is an ECPB. Here's our man, EC, on 19th of December 2018. Picks up his grenades, heads over to the hut, picks up the key, turns around, goes on. That's an interesting strat, going that side of the box. Makes his run for the plane. And there's a boost. One boost. EC 25. EC 25. Now, the way to go faster than 25 is that we've worked out that you can get 24 with a similar strat as what our friend EC has just achieved there. You use simply movement and go as fast as you can. Now, where do we go from there? There's no way that 24 is possible. There's no way that 24 is possible. Well, our man EC, remembering that this is back in December of 2018, he's just achieved 25 a week ago. And here we are in the gap between Christmas and New Year, where our mate EC makes another attempt. We'll see he's grabbed the grenades and he started throwing the grenades this time, so he's going for the boost strat. And what I think we will see here is EC's natural juggling ability. This is a week after he's got, look at that, 3 boosts at the first set. Little wiggle, 2 boosts at the second set. This is a week after this man has got 25 and he's just smashed out a 23. What is that? A natural juggler. A natural juggler. The story skips 24. A natural juggler. So, at this point, we also work out that our friend EC, 22 rounded up? Probably. Our friend EC is also using the toe point X strat. So using his second controller, he places that on the ground, and you can see there is a nice little wobble as he gets out and sets his line, and that is probably because our friend EC, here in January 4th, he's using his toe to change from left to right strafe. How is that 23? How is that 23? It is 23. It is 23 though. And as he rolls more attempts, missed the hut boost. Does go for the juggle. 2 of the first set. Nice little guard boost. And again, 23. So, EC has been playing for around 2 weeks at this point for 22. And then he goes on and makes for this attempt. Ooh, some fast runs. But I might be giving the game away there. It's time to have a look at some Twitch clips. Once the computer stops lagging. Once the computer stops lagging. Oh, look at that. I've unpaused that on a perfectly interlaced frame. See the massive interlacing. Incredible. Hashtag spoilers. Sierra, you might need to remind me about the burn incident. More world record attempts from our man EC. You can see him in the corner. Look at this. Look at this pace. The frustration. You can see it on his face. You can see the frustration on his face. Ending in February.
Dog, where's the natties? We don't drink bad beer.
EC doesn't drink bad beer. But that's what happens. Now, somewhere around this time, ooh, no internet, well done. Somewhere around this time, EC starts to describe his grip. Now, generally GoldenEye players describe themselves in a few different ways of playing. They'll often refer to themselves as an alien finger player where they hold their keyboard player where they'll press across the top, or an alien finger where you hold in a more traditional grip and stretch a finger across the top. Our man EC used what he dubbed the Pepe. I don't know how to fucking say that. I don't know where the fucking clip's gone. Here we go.
This is just what felt comfortable to me. The fuck? This is just what felt comfortable to me when I started playing. Like...
Now you're going to say, Cal, what the hell are we looking at? What the hell are we looking at a 1.2 control style for when we should be using 2.x, get the extra 0.3 time save? Well, here's the thing. We're into late January and EC, this is January 29, this clip. EC does not have his runway 22 yet. He's taken a break from runway and decided to reduce his facility PB. He and Sierra are aiming for sub 50, which still is an appointed time. Need 48 for points. But he's brought out the 1.2, smashing out some attempts. We would regularly get pictures in NoobNet of bad Trev where EC would seemingly just run straight out the door. I don't know. Just because. But it's the end of January and we've taken a break in our attempts to achieve the world record from an EC perspective. Now, there's another character that comes along with EC though, which is wife priority. And to know about wife priority, you simply have to know that EC's handle on Discord is hold priority. So wife priority attached. So EC, our man EC, he has a real job. He sells insurance for a living and still manages to speedrun. He has many other interests. He actually as we will see, he's a quite accomplished guitarist. He is a charcutier. Another word I don't know how the fuck to say. But I'm just saying bullshit because I can. He is a man of many things, but he is not a man of Runway 22. So, EC would leave Discord displeased, a measure of self-care, but admirable, in fact. Some time away, had to go and look after himself. Probably ate one of wife Priority's nice cakes. And that's not a euphemism. She, from all pictures, seems to be an excellent baker. Admirable measure of self-care, most certainly. Most certainly. Looking after oneself is key, and many people do not do it. EC must be very highly commended. Looking after himself by taking a break when it feels like there is too much going on, too much shit talk. But what would happen next? EC would come back and he would not achieve Runway 22 yet. Oh no. But he would share this video on NoobNet. Boys, if you have it, spam that pogo emote. Oh, the internet is crapped out. See, the other thing that you get with Noob Law is you have unfavorable internet conditions. I did say our man EC was a man of many talents. Chops can actually play. Sorry, I should say subscribe to my Patreon to pay for my I don't know internet. You can get me satellite internet. Look at this skill. The finger speed. Our friend EC. But what would come of this in NoobNet Discord? It was not congratulations to EC on your excellent guitar chops. It was the face, this face of our friend who is now immortalized in the pogo emote. And EC didn't understand at this point why everyone was kind of both memeing with him but also wanting him to achieve the time. And this is getting into March now, still continually playing through his Runway 22, still unable to achieve that, but persevering nonetheless. And it's around this time that we started to see some of the lowest 23s ever. Probably some of the lowest 23s in all of Elite history. 22.99 rounded up, almost certainly. Almost certainly. And because I don't really care about timeframes, And because this is a clip that I loaded up before and didn't play, I'm just going to play this.
What the fuck, dude? Come on.
We saw some low 22s, low 23s. Not a happy man. So it was around this time that we started, or that somebody coined the phrase of the dragon. Or is it just, it's not the dragon, it's the fucking demon. What am I talking about? My things have been wrong the whole time. Oh my word. You can see the emotion on his face. Look, just this attempt here where he's bounced the grenades off the wall. Gone up for his perfect juggle. And bounced them off the grenade. But what is wrong at the bottom of my screen? It is... I did promise backyard production. I did promise backyard production. Let me fix this. Fixed. Oh my word. Oh my word. So, I did mention earlier that we had multiple people join the elite in 2018, one of whom was me. And why did I mention that? Well, simply for this reason. Simply for this reason. So I can play this run, because it's mine. So this would be the 1st of March. I'm playing on the Japanese version here for the pure simple reason that it might be a 100-way tie, but Japanese has still got initials on the system world record page. And I miss the juggles because I am not a natural juggler. I do not have the skills of juggling. But I get some nice little guard boosts. Oh, that guard boost into the grenade boost. And that gets me 22. So I've joined the elite after EC. And I've achieved my 22 before him. Many others, some others have done this as well. Meanwhile, EC. No, Siri, I didn't say your name. I said EC. I'm fucking serious. Siri has come on from EC. What? Piss off, Siri. Noobnet speed bullying. Indeed. But you recall our man EC. Our man EC. What did he do? While he was grinding facility, he finally joined us in the CRT Master Race. At a very similar time to my 22, indeed. CRT acquired, and Dr. Light is here with Thank God. ECRT unhoard confirmed. What we all thought was happening was ECRT was going to be EC's unhoard to get himself 500 points. It didn't happen. But here it is. The CRT. The CRT acquired. Now, what was excellent about this CRT is that EC would plug it in and it would actually turn on. That's miracle number one. Miracle number one, that it turned on. He couldn't quite get it to work with his N64 at first, but the eagle-eyed amongst you might be able to see that this thing was not just any CRT. This thing had a VCR built into it. And this VCR was even better than that. See, I can't get the N64 working, sending pictures of the video, of the AV inputs. This built-in VCR came with a free Alvin and the Chipmunks VHS, permanently lodged in there. Permanently. You couldn't remove it. You couldn't record over it. You just got to watch Alvin and the Chipmunks on VCR. He couldn't even play his N64 at this point. He just got to watch Alvin and the Chipmunks. How great is that? In good news, though, AC did get it working. It did come. He immediately got some fresh facility PBs. And that has led Spaguda in. Oh, is it unpinned? It's been unpinned. There was a comment pinned. You can see that the preparation for this is coming through. It is definitely coming through. There was a I can't find it real quick. EC commented that the CRT was so much better, and oh, there it is. Wow, this is way better. What the fuck? And Spaguda immediately in that, because CRTs are that much better. CRTs are just that much better. But our friend DC would then take another self-care break from Discord, a second one. And after that, what happened was we came back. EC came back and like a man refreshed, started to go for his CRT, go for runway 22 with his CRT and with another secret weapon. That secret weapon was Berg. And our friend Berg would coach the man, EC, to achieve some truly remarkable speedruns. He would let EC in on some secret knowledge. You can see here the speed at which EC is running. And you may be looking at that and wondering, how was that another 23? Look, he's waiting the end screen. He thinks that that's 22. So let's go through and have a coaching moment from our friend Berg. This is a reasonable start, a little bit wide to the key, but not unreasonable. What probably costs 23 here is you can see that he's moving to the right. Let's see if I can do this in hand gestures. I need to draw a picture for this. His line to the plane is going left to right, and the boosts are actually pushing him perpendicular to that. So they're pushing him forward, but not forward in the direction of movement. Not forward in the direction of movement. And that's what costs 22 here. That's what costs 22. One moment. So everything is broken. Everything is broken. I need to fix this. Oh my word. Do not. How about that? Welcome to behind the scenes of Noob Law. Ha! Now my computer has freshly died on me, right in the middle of Noob Law. Right in the middle of Noob Law. How would anybody have believed that? I don't really know exactly what's going on. Press F to pay respects. Now, let's see if we can get this thing back on the road. But there it is. You're going to see my junk of a study, but it's all totally on script. Definitely on script. Highly approved. So I really don't know quite what to say to fill in this, but here's what we're going to talk about. Our friend DC. Computer's still taking a while to come back on. I don't know if you can even hear me all that well, but I don't even know how. So here's a question that I don't know how I'm going to be able to condense this back onto one video to upload it to YouTube for like a VOD. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be great fun. Anyhow, when we return, when Noob Law returns, the epic conclusion is coming. The epic conclusion. Well, I mean, why don't we just do the standard game room tour? So, this is my CRT, which is plugged right next to my other TV, because I'm almost like a redneck, and the computer is back online. So let's see how dead it is. Clunk, clunk. I really don't know what to say, but EverDrive. Today's Noob Law is brought to you by EverDrive. All of your times will come like cake with EverDrive. That's right, you can always have running guards. You can always have the good animation. You can always have grenades on Surface 2. You can, what else can you have? You can get perfect 7 boost runs to get you that B116. You can get the 4 boost damn 52. All just by having one EverDrive. One EverDrive. I mean, there's legit carts there too. You can see that what plugged in at the moment is that, but that's not really. I'm just putting that on for show. You see, just putting that on for show. Oh my word, my computer is logging in. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought? EverDrives are really cool. Highly recommended on multiple fronts. And I am going to end this and just switch back to the computer right now. I think is the culprit. It's my laptop dock and it's dead. It's all so dead. So we are waiting for the computer to come back on. And we're nearly there. Somewhat. Anyway, we're nearly there. So Henrik has untieds on train and he has system untieds on PAL all over the place. Like nobody else has Surface 1 agent 102. I just want to restart my PC, dudes. Just want to restart my PC. Let's take you on a gaming tour or a room tour of the shit on my desk. I have one of these cool little robot things that came back from Japan. I have a Kinder Surprise toy. I have a R2-D2 that, if I pop, trying to get this off with one hand is pretty tough. That's the bottom of it. And the top part of it's a USB. Oh yeah. And then we have the Millennium Falcon in micro, in small Lego. Yeah, don't mind a bit of Star Wars. Just maybe, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Is that thing fucking shit itself again? What? All right, okay. We might be fully fucked. We might be fully fucked. All right, how can I get this to work? How can I get this to work? I can do it like this. Here is how we will reach. This is appropriately the epic conclusion of Noob Law. The epic conclusion of Noob Law will be reached this way. Let's turn that off. Let's turn that off. So, our friend EC has slaved for months. For months. And in that time, he has been chasing the only noob capable world record in GoldenEye. And Berg has been coaching him to achieve his goal of 20. What is happening? There it is. He would actually take a break from playing for 22. And in that break, and it was not a long break, he was in a 22 grind. But what he would do would be this. This is in the middle of a runway 22 session. Just flipped over for a quick break. And our friend DC gets bunker 117 with the new strap. And finally, we reach the epic conclusion of today. This truly remarkable speed run. EC on runway.
in an even more low-tech move than what we have so far. This clip won't play. You'll just have to put up with the title. Runway 21 with grenade launcher boosts. Is 21 possible? Could EC be denied his world record? Perhaps, but we just don't know. Thank you for joining me for Noob Law. These technical issues have been amazing fun. We'll catch you again next time. And when I get my tech sorted, I might actually stream some depot attempts. What an epic and junky conclusion to Noob Law.